In more than 4 years as a pro, he's lost only one fight, and that was way back in his third professional fight. And Racheed Lawal, former European junior lightweight champion, and also fought for a version of the world welterweight title. Just 2 defeats on his record, and they were both in major title fights.
Seconds out, round 1.
12 rounds for the European light welterweight championship, held by the man in the black and gold trunks, Pat Black Flash Barrett, making one of his rare appearances tonight in front of his own fans in Manchester. And Racheed Lawal, this man from Denmark, but originally from Sierra Leone, considered to be quite a tough challenger. He's experienced, in good class. He'll come looking for Barrett. I think that's his usual style. He's going to be aggressive, and that might well suit the European champion. Each time Barrett has defended this title, he's stopped his opponent. He's not a consistent fighter, Barrett. He can be a little moody at times, but when he gets going and he does his work properly, he tends to look impressive. Well, Lawal, the challenger, should be a lot more comfortable in this fight tonight than he was a few months ago, when he challenged for the World Boxing Organization's welterweight title. Low punch from Barrett, and he didn't heed the referee's caution to stop boxing. Yes, Lawal was fighting for a version of the World Welterweight Championship a few months ago, which is a weight up from this, and well, he went 6 rounds against Manning Galloway, and then he was in trouble against the American. And this is a good start from Lawal, and Barrett barely covered up on the ropes and took a couple of punches that quite distinctly hurt him. And Barrett needs to get away from these ropes, and accused of holding by the Dutch referee. This is not a good start by Barrett. Well, I'm quite certain he knew that Lawal would come looking for him, so he shouldn't be surprised at that. That's another good left hand from Lawal. They're wide punches, but they're catching the champion, and Barrett once again with his back to the ropes. But he's got a powerful punch, Barrett, and if he does get a good one in, well, the whole thing may turn. Well, it was a pretty rocky start for Pat Barrett of Manchester, and at times there, trapped on the ropes, he was in a considerable amount of trouble, and there's a little consternation, I suspect, in that corner. Brian Hughes, the trainer, inside with him, and Mickey Duff, manager, leaning over the ropes outside. Now a little look again at the trouble that Barrett got himself into in his own corner. That was a good right hand, and the left wasn't bad either. And these were moments when, as I said, he was barely covered up. And that wasn't the only time in that round that he got himself in trouble. And that all came immediately after he got that rather stern caution from the referee about punching low and not breaking when he was told to.
10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
So a pretty lively start to this European light welterweight championship. That's the 10 stone division. And Barrett weighed exactly on 10 stone today. In fact, he had to took a considerable amount of jewellery off, rings and bracelets, in order to make the 10 stone. And that's the second time in a row in a title fight he's come in dead on the limit. So one does have to feel that he's having weight problems. And if he is, Well, this is the place it will show. Lawal, the former European junior light champion, that's 9 stone 4. That was from 88 to 89. He lost that title to Daniel Londas of France in 89. He was stopped in 10 rounds, and then more recently, he retired after 6 rounds against Manning Galloway of the United States in that version of the world title. And now, Racheed Lawal's lower lip is showing signs of damage. So the potent punch of Barrett has found its way through. Second round. We've seen Barrett in fights before where he's looked pretty lethargic, and he suddenly can pull out a punch from nowhere and turn the contest. And Lawal is still forcing the pace. Barrett trying to get to him with the left hook. Well, although Lawal has come forward here, he hasn't done too much scoring in this round. And Barrett has mixed some good punches together. And I'm quite sure that Lawal has felt the power of them in this second round. And certainly the lower lip bears testimony to that. So 2 rounds completed. 1 apiece, I suggest. Racheed Lawal, born in Sierra Leone in Africa, but has lived in Denmark since he was 7 years old. Interesting thing about this man's record, before tonight he's met 7 British opponents and not one has beaten him, and they include good men like Steve Sims and John Doherty, former British champion, and Lloyd Christie. So his record against British boxers is 100%, but it might be different tonight. He was a well-known amateur before he turned pro. He boxed in the 85 European Amateur Championships in Hungary at lightweight then, but didn't get very far.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
Pat Barrett, the champion from Manchester, or Collyhurst to be precise, in black and gold. Much prefers opponents who come to him. Likes to counterpunch, and counterpunches at times with stunning effect. Karl Kleinut, Dutch referee. And at the ringside there are judges from Italy, Spain and Switzerland. And if it goes all the way, they're the men who'll do the scoring, not the referee. That's a good, full, jolting left hand from Barrett. And Lawal running into trouble here as he comes forward. And the fans in the G-Mex Centre here in Manchester beginning to get quite excited about Barrett's performance, which is looking better by the moment. GMX Centre here is actually the old Central Railway Station, which has been transformed into a fine arena. And Lawal's work rate is noticeably slowing, and he's got him with the left and right. And the man from Denmark tumbles over in the third round. And now survival is looking extremely doubtful, and he's complaining to his corner about something. I don't know what it is, but he's looked down at his corner and complained. But on they go. And Lawal is clearly not happy, and I think this is going to be stopped at any moment. And in fact, it should be the way it's going. Well, this is a sample of the sort of fury that Barrett unleashes when he's on top. And I think the corner want this to be stopped, and the referee hasn't made a move yet. And still Barrett tries to get him again. Lawal has been on the floor once, and somehow, by thread, he manages to hang in there. And Barrett has taken a lot out of himself in this last minute. But Lawal is still standing, and the bell comes to his rescue. And Lawal goes back very unsteadily to his corner. And the doctor is on the ropes, having a close look at Lawal, who went through purgatory there. And for a moment, I had the impression the corner wanted the fight to be stopped. And it doesn't look to me as though he's properly come round yet. So this is the moment when Lawal almost went out of this fight. That double punch from Barrett, a good example of the sort of things he can do when he really gets going.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 4.
Well, the corner have decided that their man's okay to come out for the fourth round, and I just hope they're right. Lawal will do well to get back into this contest now. It's the left hook that's causing him all the trouble as he advances. So Barrett slings that short, jolting left hook, and it's a good punch. Round 4. Well, I hope Barrett doesn't lose concentration now that he's had that dramatic third round. Sometimes when things don't quite go his way, he tends to lose a bit of concentration and his work begins to get a little ragged. Lawal boring him with his head down, but getting away with it. And in fact, that head is giving Barrett considerable trouble. And again, Barrett counter-punching with venom. Well, Lawal's a brave man, and he's sticking to it, but he's not managing to put too many punches together. The occasional wild right to the head, but he's still coming forward and still walking onto Barrett's counter punches. There it is again. That was the left hook again, and he's out on his feet almost. And he's taken one punch too many there. The referee didn't quite get him fast enough, and he's unsteady on his feet. It's the fourth round.
7, 8.
The referee, the Dutch referee, has declared it all over. He looked into the eyes of Lawal, and he didn't like what he saw there. And it's all over, and it's time for the Barrett camp to celebrate in their own city of Manchester. That's the third defence, successful defence of the European Light Welterweight Championship made by Pat Barrett of Manchester, who is looking for a world title fight next year, possibly against Julio Cesar Chavez.